It was a couple of hours before the start in the sweltering heat, before the doors were opened and an endless wait ended, when the scream was heard. Not the glory days of yesteryear, but certainly a happy enough occasion for some of the most loyal fans. It had been 665 days since the last time the Argos played on the BMO field turf, 665 days of pandemic and turmoil and concern and, yes, some doubts about whether there would even be soccer in Toronto again, and what it would be like if it came back. And yet the fans waited. Loyal fans, not very numerous, but unwavering in their support of the CFL team that has been around since it was founded by a rowing club in 1873, had eagerly awaited Saturday and were grateful to get back the game they love. The announced attendance was 9,866, well below the maximum of 15,000 allowed under provincial health guidelines for outdoor events, and it is probably not unexpected. It's a team that was 4-14 in its last season, and it's been almost 2 years. It's great. We were happy to play at home, we had to show off the new Argos, so we appreciate it. Ryan Dinwiddie. The Argos tied at 12,995 for their last game in Toronto, when they punched the Ottawa Redblacks 39-9 on October 26, 2019. And not all fans were going to immediately return to a league that closed operations in 2020 due to COVID-19, and had a flirtation with the XFL while sputtering to reboot just a few months ago. The Argos compensated fans for leaving when quarterback Nick Arbuckle passed for 310 yards and a touchdown, and DJ Foster rushed for 100 yards in a 30-23 victory over the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Arbuckle, who took over the starting duties for McLeod Bethel Thompson this week, hit Davaris Daniels for a 35-yard touchdown in the second quarter and scored himself on a 1-yard break. "I thought he played well," Dinwiddie said of Arbuckle. "The only catch fumble we had there, that led to a Winnipeg touchdown in the 83-yard first quarter, that's bad football. I told him you had to be better there, and he knows it. Other than that, I thought he did a good job, handled the meeting. Obviously I'll go with him next week." Daniels is likely to miss at least the next game after a violent head-to-shoulder collision with Winnipeg's Brandon Alexander. "Obviously I think it's a concussion," Dinwiddie said. "Perhaps the Argos are no longer filling stadiums, and perhaps not in the best interest of most sports fans more in tune with continental leagues like the NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, and Major League Soccer. But does that matter? You can't predict how that will translate into the rest of the season. The Argos are now 2-1 and will return to BMO against the Edmonton Elks on Thursday. COVID is still a reality, and even the opportunity to get outside might not be good enough for some fans concerned about the variants and the unmasked or unvaccinated people near them. When MLSE implements its comprehensive COVID health and safety plan, allowing only those who are fully vaccinated or who can provide a negative test result to attend the games, things will take longer to get used to. "We want to build relationships with the fans," Dinwiddie said. "We want to build relationships with the fans.